Cabin 6. We arrived on the 5th and left on the 8th. The stay was a short break, a few days away to unwind and relax. Little did we realise at the time of arriving at the idyllic cabin set in the quaint village of Roydon in Essex that our stay would be so memorable, but for all the wrong reasons. The wooden lodge was set amongst similar lodges near the marina. It was light and airy, with whitewashed walls and sliding floor-to-ceiling glass doors. This looked out onto a small garden area with a hot tub. The sunshine flooded in on that warm August afternoon when we arrived. The furnishings were modern and cosy, all carefully prepared for our visit to make us comfortable. As we walked through the front door, nothing suggested to us that sinister forces lay within, lying in wait. We were excited to be there. Our dog, Buddy, eagerly pushed through all the rooms, taking in the new smells, wagging his tail in excitement at his new environment. Plonking the bags down, we discussed happily who was going to have which bedroom. Alex, my son, chose the twin room, though I was happy to relinquish the master bedroom to him. He never gets to have the best room usually. That's always been for us adults. But this was a special time away, just the two of us and our dog. So I wanted him to choose which room he preferred. I entered the master bedroom and took in the furnishings and decor. I called out to Alex about trying out the hot tub in the garden. The price of the cabin was at a premium, almost £200 a night. We excitedly lifted the cover off and dipped our toes in. Both recoiled immediately as the searing heat of the water touched our skin. The gauge was reading 40 degrees, too hot for comfort. I tried slipping in tentatively up to my knees and then sat down, but the heat was too much. Pressing on the button, frantically trying to lower the temperature, the reading kept pinging back to 40. That's odd, we thought. Why isn't it going down? After a few minutes, we decided to get out. Disappointment etched on Alex's face. Returning to the cabin, I locked myself in the ensuite and took off my costume. I hung it in the shower to drip dry. We relaxed for the evening in front of the TV after enjoying a nice dinner. Odd things then began happening. Noticing that my phone had mysteriously run out of charge, I plugged it in under the TV. Switching it on, I tried texting my husband. Instead of the alphabet, strange letters from other languages began appearing. That's weird, I thought, but I put it down to needing a new phone. Or an update, perhaps. Facebook wouldn't load, nor TikTok. The Daily Mail was loading but glitching. How odd. 1 hour, then 2. I checked the charge. 18%. It should be fully charged after 45 minutes. Frustrated, I turned it off and watched the TV instead. My husband and other son came for a short visit after work, then left about 9:30. Alex and I retired to bed. My phone was still showing a red charge of 15%. The following morning, we decided to try out the hot tub again. I can't find my costume, Alex, I called out as I moved the towels around. Confused, I wandered into the bedroom. Not on the bed. How strange. Alex wandered in. Following my lead, he went round moving things to look for the costume. With not too much thought, he moved the curtain slightly. There, hanging on the radiator, behind the curtain, was my costume. Thinking it odd, but perhaps I had moved it there without realising, I put it on, and we tried the hot tub again. Searingly hot still. I called reception. They agreed it was in fact strange, but we should leave the cover off and see if that helped. 2 hours later, still 40 degrees. Something wasn't right. I was getting slightly annoyed now. Firstly, this was a short visit, and we wanted to enjoy the hot tub. Secondly, I paid a lot of money. My friend Maria decided to join us that afternoon. It was a bright and sunny day, perfect for a long stroll around the marina. Beautiful longboats adorned the jetty, moored in long rows, each lovingly maintained with their own individual personalities. We finished off the walk with some lunch in the clubhouse, followed by some tea and cake in the cabin. Maria was keen to sell up and move here. The perfect place to retire, she said. We got her some leaflets from the reception for her to read up about at home. How exciting, I thought. What a wonderful idea. Well, it would have been, but this was not to be somewhere I would want to return to, ever. Settling down for the evening, I decided to make a cup of tea in the kitchen. Alex was sat with the dog on the floor nearby. Suddenly, a loud bang came from the master bedroom. The shock knocked Alex into the bin in the kitchen, its contents scattering across the floor. What was that? Shaken, we went to investigate. Nothing. Alex got his phone out and went outside to see if someone was banging on the outside of the cabin. My first thought was how brave he was. I certainly wasn't going to go out in the dark. A weird shadow floated across in front of his screen. Then 2 more bangs, louder this time. We both ran into the master bedroom, hoping to see the source of the noise. Again, nothing. Freaked out, I said I was sleeping in with Alex that night. At around midnight, I was woken by a loud voice, ringing out next to my bed. "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" I looked over to Alex. He was fast asleep. "Alex, was that you?" No answer. He didn't stir. Maybe he talks in his sleep. But the voice wasn't his. I fell back into a fitful sleep. My friend Tina was going to visit on the Wednesday. She lives in the village, a short walk away. The day was relaxed and warm, and we wandered over to the marina to look at the boats and then wandered back to the cabin for tea and cake. The hot tub was still showing 40 degrees. Happy to have the company, the inconvenience of the water, and the temperature slipped into the background. My phone still wasn't charging. We took a leisurely walk back with Tina, near to where she lived. I noticed the Roydon sign by the railway crossing. Roydon, it said, Doomsday Book, 1068. This is an ancient village. This is significant to what is happening to us. There was a settlement here for 1,000 years, next to the river, likely a burial site too. Alex and I wandered back with the dog to the cabin. Tea time was approaching, so I cooked some pasta and sauce. Turning away from the gas hob, I turned off the front left burner and strained the pasta into the sink. I turned back, grabbed the frying pan with the sauce, and turned off the rear right burner. I stirred the two together on top of the sink, then turned back to the hob. Both burners had been turned back on, the gas flowing out, but no flame. That's odd. Quickly turning off both knobs again. Very, very strange. The excitement of the place had worn off now. It felt heavy. We should have left then, but what was to come was too terrifying. It will never be forgotten, now permanently etched on our brains. Alex retired to his room. I pushed the sofa near the wall by the TV and plugged in my phone. Please charge, I thought. It hovered at 18%. I tried loading Facebook. It would appear and then disappear. Concentrating on the screen, I noticed a few hairs from my head were moving into my peripheral vision to the left of me. I swatted them away. They moved again. I went to swat them away a second time. That's strange, there's no breeze. It happened again. I turned slightly. I just caught sight of what appeared to be a stick next to my left eye, poking back and forth. I froze, then moved my head. Nothing there. Was I imagining this? What is going on? I fell asleep while watching TV. I woke around 11:30 p.m. and called out to Alex that I was coming into his room again to sleep and to get ready for bed. I got dressed and told the dog to go on the sofa, which I'd covered with a sheet. I went into Alex's room, turned off the light and got into the twin bed. 10 minutes passed. I needed the loo. Alex's ensuite was on the other side of the room. Not wanting to disturb him, I grabbed my phone and turned on the torch. I crept around his bed and the torch shone into the lounge. "Alex, did you open the cupboard in the lounge, the one with the vacuum in?" He hadn't even left the bedroom all evening. It couldn't have been him. I'm freaked out. "Please go and shut it." I switched on the light. The cupboard door was fully open. How could that have happened? We should leave now, but it's midnight and I feel terrified to do anything. We get back into bed. "Mum, something's scratching my leg." Oh my God. We didn't know what was happening. We should leave. "Go to bed and try and sleep," I say to him. I get back into bed. I can't sleep. The dog's fractious all night, up and down off the sofa. He makes strange, weird noises through his nose. He's trying to tell us there is something there. He barks loudly. I look at my phone. It's 2:30 a.m. "Go to sleep, buddy." I hear him go back onto the sofa. I then fall asleep. We have to vacate by 10 a.m, so I set my phone for 7 a.m. so we could get up and pack. My alarm goes off. The dog is next to me, his snout in my face. I get up. Alex is still sleeping. I walk into the kitchen. The cupboards are all wide open. "Get up, Alex. We are leaving right now. Get up. I am not joking." Alex gets up. We are together, standing shoulder to shoulder. We walk into the master bedroom. The wardrobe is wide open. The bedside drawers are all pulled open. The dressing table drawers are all gaping open. We walk back into our bedroom. The wardrobe is now wide open. The bedside drawers are wide open. I walk into the ensuite. The cupboard under the sink is wide open. "Get dressed right now. I'm packing, then we're leaving together. At the same time, no one is going to be here on their own." I start praying. I chant the Our Father, my voice getting louder. I want this thing to know I believe in God, and I want God to protect us. I say it over and over again, louder and louder, till I'm screaming. What is happening to us? I pack in a flash, scanning the cabin. I never want to return to collect anything. We're going to leave together, all three of us. I stack the bags with all our belongings by the front door, frantically and hurriedly. My heart's pounding. I start throwing the bags outside the door. "Don't leave my side, Alex," I say. He's holding the dog on his lead. We're stood by the cupboard with the vacuum. The handle moves downwards, like someone is inside the cupboard. The door starts to open. We both scream and exit the cabin. The spirit wants us out, and we're happy to oblige. The car is packed in lightning speed. We get the hell out of there. The receptionist listens while I recount what has just happened. I must sound like a crazy person. She blames the paranormal activity on an open window. She's not interested. She's not believing. But it is unbelievable. Who wants to think this can happen? In recordings, people blame strings attached to doors opening. But this is real, and it was evil.